David Olle here for Sooty Park. I'm with Gerhard Schonbacher. Is that how you say your name? Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm with Gerhard, and he's famous for a couple of things. Now we get to that. First of all, we're at the Dolomiti Superbike. We're in the Südtirol, the Dolomites in Italy. And Gerhard, you're most famous probably for the Crocodile Trophy. Do you think that's your biggest claim to fame?
It is, yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Okay. Well, and the other one I was talking about was Gerhard is also famous for being the first man to come last in the Tour de France twice. Is that true?
That's also true. You know a lot.
And I guess for the Sooty Park viewer, did you have to try to come last?
Yeah, but first, could you also mention that I did win races too? I didn't come always last, but no one remembers that. That's the funny thing about it.
Gerhard also raced the Sun Tour in Australia. Any other races in Australia or just the Sun Tour?
The race I hated most because it was so long was Melbourne Warrnambool.
Oh, you did Melbourne Warrnambool?
I did it 3 or 4 times. I mean, I didn't hate it. It was too long for me. I was specialized till 200 kilometers, and Warrnambool was 280.
300, yeah.
Yeah, so I got tired after 2/3 of the race and still had to keep going, and that made it really hard.
Tell me about the Crocodile Trophy. What inspired the Crocodile Trophy for you? For someone from Austria to come to Australia?
I had a really good relation with Australia because the Sun Tour. Actually, the reason why I came to Sun Tour is also thanks to an Australian cyclist, John, who is
we all know John, he's wonderful.
93, 94 mountain biking was sort of coming up, really getting popular worldwide. But the only thing what I did not have was a very long stage race. So I had still this in my mind, Tour de France, something adventurous. My idea was because after, when I finished my cycling career, I also raced cars. So it was a combination between Tour de France and Paris-Dakar. What I did wrong in the beginning was I never rode a mountain bike myself, so I had no idea how difficult it is. And I started in Darwin, finished in Cairns, and we had we had stages because we always needed water, like a river or a farm or a station. And on the Northern Territory, when you go towards Cairns, there's a farm on this place. And 220 kilometers is the next one, and this keeps going. So we had stages from 200 to 220 for 2 weeks, and I had never seen so many cyclists crying after each day. So I said I had to change something. So we made it shorter, and we make it, let's say we were conformed with the human rights, because before that we were not conformed with the human rights. It was just too
You didn't
tough.
actually kill anyone, did you?
There were a couple of missing, but we never found them, so I don't know where they are.
They're still out there.
They're still out there. No, and I said now, after the last 4 years, we made it 10 days in Queensland area. We choose the most beautiful area for Europeans. Let's put it that way. It was very interesting to go through the outback, through the centre of Australia. But the problem what we had after 5 or 6 days, country doesn't change, it still looks the same. So excitement after 2-3 races loses, and the nicest part of all races was always the last 3 or 4 days when we came into Queensland towards the coast. So we stayed there where people like it most. Of course, we have to organize something what our customers, which are the cyclists, really enjoy. So in Queensland now we found the formula. We have hills, we have rainforest, we have river crossings, and we have outback. So we have everything there. It's a perfect combination.
And now, after 15 years?
This year's the 15th event, yeah.
You're selling it out?
We're selling it out. We have a maximum of 99.
Now, during that 15 years, how many times did you say, I can't do this, run this race anymore?
Never.
Never?
Never.
You just...
No. There were a lot of cyclists who said, we can't do it anymore, but...
yeah, I know some of them.
Yeah. But I just like this race.
I remember that first race you were talking about. I know there was a girl, a very good mountain bike rider in Australia, Meg Carrigan.
Yeah,
she'd been a vegetarian for 18 years. Halfway through that race, she had to eat a steak.
To survive.
to get through it. Yeah, you really cracked it. And look, I must concur too, because years ago, back in the 80s, the motorbike riders used to ride the Creb track, and I never got to ride it back then when I was doing a little bit of bike riding, but motorbike riding. But then when I raced a Croc Trophy in 02 and 03, you raced the Creb track, and it was just the most spectacular, most glorious piece of cycling you can really do in the tropical rainforest in North Queensland. I'm going back to ride it independently this year, independent of the Crocodile Trophy, because my days of the Crocodile Trophy are nearly over.
If you go before us, can you clean up the track? Because usually, trees fallen down since last year, no one cleans it. Can you do that for us?
Well, we'll think about it, yeah. All right, Gerhard, thank you very much for the interview. It's absolutely lovely to talk to someone who's been involved in a mountain bike race for so long. And you do a domestic race in Austria?
We do the Alpentour. It's called the Alpentour, and it's in the highest category of the UCI.
Okay, it's mountain bike or road?
It's mountain bike. It's mountain bike. It's a 4-day stage race in ski resorts. And what we had this year, we had 24 nations, also Australians. A lot of Australians did really well, so this race is also growing.
Okay, so there's a couple of races for the Sooty Park viewer to get along and do. The Alpine Tour and the Crocodile Trophy. Thanks to Gerhard. Thank you.
Well, when you just mentioned Italy, and I was really relaxed because I was on holidays. This is hard work. I work like like a prisoner. The first day I had to cut about 2 or 3 trees. The second day I had to cut a really big tree, and my chainsaw blade up. So even had to fix the chainsaw. So I became mechanic. Then after that I said there can't be any more natural disasters in Australia, but I was really wrong. Next day the race was stopped because bushfires. And then I said the fourth day, the only thing what can happen now in Australia is an earthquake. So we didn't get that one. So since day 3 everything went smoothly.
And what happens when you have your races in Austria? Anything like that?
Yeah, we have snowfall in the summer when everyone expects running around in bathers. We have snowfall, so organising bike races is a real adventure.
Top Bike TV is brought to you by Triple Play Clothing for the best cycle wear, Develop Pasta, Videocraft for camera and video equipment, Benetti for cakes and coffee, Bello and Climber for all multimedia requirements, and MTB Skills for great mountain bike lessons. If you like our show, please join our mailing list through the website.